Hi. How are you, sir?
You standing in for Mr. Butler?
I'm standing in for Mr. Butler. I'm an attorney as well.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Good to see you.
Okay. Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, you're charged with driving. You are Miss Greeny. Okay, Miss Greeny, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or
VO. In Texas, even a first DWI can hit harder than your morning espresso. And when you hear her excuse for refusing the balance test, oof, you'll wonder if she just gift-wrapped the prosecutor's closing argument.
$1,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. You cannot afford one of these 1 2.
Yes, Judge. On January 9th, 2025, the officer was dispatched to 1100 Sealer Road regarding a major crash. The officer observed the defendant outside a vehicle talking to the fire department. The defendant's vehicle was in a ditch, apparent minor front end damage was on in the in-park position. The defendant appeared disoriented, had poor balance, and was not able to stand unassisted. The defendant stated she had the motor vehicle key fob in her pocket, and the defendant was taken to HCA Healthcare, and the officer then went to HCA to obtain a statement. The officer observed a chocolate and alcohol beverage and bloodshot eyes. The defendant stated she did not strike her head or lose consciousness due to the collision and drank between 1 to 10 12-ounce Miller Lite beers prior to operating the motor vehicle and getting into the collision. The defendant further stated she could not remember the time she drank her last beer. Technical sobriety were admitted.
Pro tip. Telling the officer your balance is always bad is like telling your boss you always miss deadlines. True or not, it's not the time to brag about it.
Administered HGN 6 out of 6. Walk and turn and one leg stand were refused as the defendant stated her balance has always been bad. The defendant was read to DIC and a blood search warrant was signed next to.
All right. Ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm forwarding you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, I will revoke the bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds for you, ma'am. Any prior to the guys?
No, Your Honor. And your life is over.
You have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with them. If they tell me they can't get a hold of you, I will revoke your bond. Don't pick up any new cases, and that's it. Okay, so I'll have you sign a refill before we'll have you get the Smith for your bond conditions, and then you're free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
See you.
You too. Take care. Mr. Jackson, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present and not afford one of these 1 2.
Yes, Judge. On January 10th, 2025, the officer observed the defendant's vehicle traveling east at the intersection of 2200 Block Spears Road, TC Jester, with a defective license plate light. The traffic stop was initiated and the officer made contact with the defendant. The officer observed a strong odor of marijuana emitting from the vehicle and a PC search was conducted. The officer located a green leafy substance believed to be marijuana based on training experience in the driver's side of the vehicle. The weight was approximately 1 ounce. It was on the driver's side.
And Mr. Jackson will find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case.
The judge just went full warning shot mode here. Translation? Drive without a license again, and you're not getting a stern talking to. You're getting 6 months of orange jumpsuit couture.
You weren't his license.
I will clear up.
You don't have a license. You are not allowed to drive. Do you understand, Mr. Jackson? You will be signing an affidavit with you today promising you you're not going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. If you want to drive, go get a license. Get liability insurance. Come back to me and I'll take this restriction off. But I'm going to tell you now, if I find that you drive, I'm going to sprout horns in the table. That's how upset I'm going to be. Do you understand? Tell me, did you want to apply for a court-appointed lawyer? Do you mind reading, please? Yeah. Tell me about yourself. What do you do these days, Mr. Jackson? How old are you?
3.
So, what plans for the future do you have? What? Why?
I gotta get a reload. That's all I do. Gotta get a reload.
You have the ability to make it's just a boatload of money with that license, and I don't understand why you can let it expire. I'm making it a condition that you get a job. You need to get a full-time job. You know, have you ever like explored underwater welding? Have you ever looked into that? How much money do they make? No. How much money do they make? How much is that a year? That's probably like 120, 130 a year. You can make sick money. And come on, man, be better. All right. So, do you mind giving in the application? I'm telling you, I'm gonna stay on top of it and make sure that you get that thing back. That you're working with, making some good money. Do you understand? All right, come on. Sir, you're charged with driving on a suspended license. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, on January 9th, 2025, the officer observed the defendant's vehicle traveling at 7,600 blocks from North Wayside Drive, affected front headlight not illuminated. The traffic stop was initiated and the officer made contact with the defendant, the driver of the vehicle. The defendant provided a Texas driver's license but was unable to provide proof of financial responsibility. The officer found the Texas driver's license to be not eligible with an active SR suspension. The defendant was the registered owner of the vehicle. The insurance database shows insurance policy for the vehicle had expired as of March 14, 2024.
Got it. All right, Mr. Pickney, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you not to drive. You will be signing an affidavit from the state promising me you're not going to drive. This is a legal document that you're going to swear to me. You violate this, I can have a hearing. If you prove to me that you're driving, I can have a hearing to hold you in contempt and hit you with up to 6 months in jail every single time. Do you understand? So if you drive 5 times, I can have 5 different hearings. Do you understand? Yes or no? Do not drive. If you want to, go get your license, get insurance, come back to me, and I will so happily take this off. But just don't until you do that. It's not hard. You understand? Bless you. Would you want to apply for an appointed lawyer? You know, I had someone send me an email not too long ago where they were in an accident and created $50,000 worth of damage to another person, and they didn't know what to do because they ended up just getting sued. The person filed a lawsuit against them and is coming after them. What do I do? What do I do? This is solved by having car insurance. When you're in an accident, that's why we have insurance. So it's not a joke. You look at me like it's, but I'm being serious. I'm trying to help you. Don't go through it. Right. Do it the right way. Great things will happen for you. I'm going to give you a lawyer. The lawyer can try to help you out with what you need to do to get your license back. But there's no excuse if you get into a car. I'm going to lose it. Do you understand? Okay. Come on.
So that means no driving affidavit?
Yep. No, we'll do bond conditions as well. Do you mind filing that? No driving without license and insurance. Yes.
All right.
Mr. Simon Fournier.
Yes. Steve.
Yes.
We're charged with theft. You were facing up to a year in jail. I'm sorry, up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. If you do not have a lawyer, if you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On January 11th, 2025, the officer responded to a Walmart in regard to a theft. The officer made contact with the complainant, and the complainant observed the defendant at a self-checkout with a large amount of groceries. The complainant observed the defendant failed to scan every item in the cart. The defendant was confronted on 2 separate occasions during the checkout process. The defendant was told how to scan items properly, and the defendant failed a third time to scan items properly. The defendant completed the transaction and had unpurchased.
Almost $1,900 in groceries through self-checkout without scanning everything? That's not forgetfulness. That's a masterclass in how to turn Walmart into a personal buffet until the handcuffs click.
Items had all points of sale, and the total was $184.48.
Sir, I'm going to find if there's enough probable cause to close the case. I implore you now the condition of your bond not to go to any Walmart. If you violate this condition, I'm going to put you in jail. I don't know what your immigration status in this country is, but if you're not in this country with permission, when you go to jail and immigration finds you, they will put a container on you and you'll be stuck in there until this case is over with and then shipped off to immigration. Behave yourself, otherwise I'm going to lock you up. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes.
You have the ability to hire a lawyer.
Sí, no.
Yes, when you get
Do you want to apply for a lawyer?
Yes, aplicar por un abogado, ¿sí?
Your phone?
Can I speak?
No.
No.
But you can have a lawyer if you want one.
Puede tener un abogado, sí, sí.
Sí.
Yes.
You need a lawyer.
Sí, sí, sí. Yes.
Okay. I need you to fill an application for me. I'll have you sign a receipt of it for you. Wait. We're not done. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions prohibiting you from going to any Walmart. Do you understand?
¿Usted lo entiende?
Right. Now you're done. So, Mr. Durant, you were charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will give one to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On January 11, 2025, the officer was on patrol and observed an odor of marijuana and a male smoking in a vehicle nearby at the 8700 block of Wavensburg Lane. The officer activated emergency lights, positioned himself behind the motor vehicle, and made contact with the defendant. The officer had the defendant step out of the vehicle and advised the defendant that he had been observed smoking marijuana. The defendant stated he was smoking marijuana inside the vehicle because he did not want to smoke inside his friend's home. The officer observed a strong odor of marijuana and conducted a PC search of the vehicle. The officer observed a small crumble of green leafy substance known to marijuana based on training experience at the bottom of the center console and 0.37 grams of a small marijuana joint in the ashtray in the cup holder. The officer observed an unholstered black block laying in plain view on the back of the floor. The defendant did a handgun belonging to him.
Mr. Durant, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. You see if he has a Texas driver license, please.
You don't worry on it.
All right. You're not allowed to drive unless you have a license and liability insurance in your name. Those are conditions of your bond. Do you understand? So those are the only conditions I'm going to put on you. Be careful. Don't do anything stupid. Do not pick up a new case. Otherwise, I'm going to revoke the bond and put you in jail. You understand? Yes, sir. You have a lawyer. Listen to him. He'll take care of you. Because you have him, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waive your time. So when you close with you, must stay in contact with him. He tells me he can't get a hold of you. You pick up a new case. Become a danger to my community. I'm going to revoke your bond and put you in jail. So you understand? So, all right. So the only thing is just don't get in trouble. Don't drive without a license and insurance. Okay? All right. We will have you just sign the bond conditions, and after that you can continue. Okay? Smart. Thanks.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. You too. So can you file
The driver license and insurance.
Mr. Johnson was supposed to have had a court date here on 12/12/23.
only 3?
However, David Johnson, during that period of time, had gone to Atlanta, Georgia. While he was in Atlanta, Georgia, he picked up a possession of marijuana case where they spent 1 day in the jail and he got out. He didn't get out. They, instead of getting out, transported him to Athens, Georgia, where he picked up a theft case, and he stayed there 13 months. Therefore, his reason for not being here on time was because he had went to Atlanta, Georgia, picked up a possession of marijuana case. Then when he got out, they didn't let him out. And he had already had another warrant on him for a theft case of Athens, Georgia.
Do you have a cause number by chance?
Yes, sir. We have.
No, for our case here.
Yes, sir. 247-6875. 247-6875. Adrian Johnson. So I'm respectfully requesting that you reinstate his bond or give him another PR bond, Judge.
Mr. Johnson, you were charged with burglary of a motor vehicle. You were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present who does not afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On September 22nd, 2023, officer dispatched to a lawn management company at 630 Rankin Circle for a burglary in progress. The defendant and a co-defendant had effective defense surrounding the property and were searching for vehicles at the location. There are surveillance videos of the defendant and co-defendant inside a van on the property.
Can you run an NCIC on him? I'd like to know what, if anything, has happened from the time that he picked this case up to the time he's now back in front of us.
Yes, Judge.
I don't know, Mr. D. Guys, he has a warrant for now, and I don't know if I'm going to give him a PR bond. I want to see how he's been since September 23. If he's been picking up cases like it's just left and right, then I don't know, man. But
So, Your Honor,
my only concern is my community. That's all I care about. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my community. If you just become a danger zone, you're hopscotching states, and you're playing hopscotch, and you're picking up cases while you're hopscotching. No. The revolving door closes.
Well, I do see on December 7th, 2023, the Georgia case theft by taking, but that's the only other case.
Is that a felony? Or is that a misdemeanor?
It's felony, Your Honor.
Well, do you have a disposition?
No, there's no disposition listed.
13 months per year.
Anything else he's picked up?
No, Your Honor.
I have the evidence of my swoop. Got back to Houston on January the 20th.
I'm going to reinstate.
Today's theme, second chances, but with tripwires. One false move and the courtroom door doesn't open to freedom. It slams shut straight to county lockup.
Take your bond now. But I'm not going to do it again. If you take flight of me again, I'm telling you, I'm going to make it high. No more PR bonds for you. You got a little kid in your charge, man. Be the good father that you should be. Teach them right, because